I was doing over 33 hours of personal training sessions each week for a celebrity personal trainer in the City of London. I felt a little bit undervalued and perhaps even a little bit stuck. But I learned some really great things while I was there, and I'm going to share them with you today. Alright, my name's John Pierson and I am the founder of a company called the Workout Network in the City of London. We are a private PT studio where trainers can come, bring their businesses away from large rents and even worse, working on the gym floor for free. And it's great for clients as well because you get to work with some of the best trainers in London and the money goes direct to the trainer. Win-win. It doesn't matter how good you are if nobody knows that you exist. I learnt this firsthand whilst I was there. The whole business was orientated around getting new clients in and bragging about how good we were or how good he was. And I had never really experienced that before I moved into that world. And it was an unrelenting quest for new clients and marketing and appealing to our current audience. I worked on one particular piece of press which was really interesting, and the client that I had been working with was on a 12-week program to see how much body fat they could lose and how much they could improve their fitness in a short window of time. I came in one morning and the celebrity personal trainer and the individual were doing a photo shoot for the national newspaper, and I realised that I was not going to be included in that news article, which, after having read Ego is the Enemy, I have come to terms with. But it did make me realise we're both working, but he is working in a different way than I am. He is working consistently and with unwavering movement and propulsion towards marketing his brand and his business. And I was part of that. But it really did highlight to me just how important that constant marketing and being your biggest cheerleader and talking about the services that you provide and how much of a difference that can really make. It drove home to me just how important marketing is in capturing people's attention and displaying the results that you've achieved. People don't train with you just because you're a really good trainer. They train with you because you communicate with them on a channel that they're present on, or you get in their face somehow to sort of show your expertise. And that, in today's sort of personal training industry, it's actually even better because we have so many avenues. There's search engine optimization, newspapers, blogs, vlogs. There are more ways to get your face out there, but you have to make sure that you're conscious of doing that all the time. I have my PT qualification, I have a degree in sport and exercise science, and I have 12 years of experience training people, but I didn't have any experience in marketing. But I realized that finding the right client and communicating to them in a way that they understand what it is that you're offering is a real skill. Lesson number 2 was that the work that I was doing was driving somebody else's brand. I didn't realize it at the time, but the relationships I was forming with clients, that was, retaining those clients and making them feel like the gym was their space, was really reinforcing just how good that celebrity personal trainer's brand was. And that's what I was asked to do, and that's what I was employed to do, and that's what I was paid to do. And I think we, as a team and as a collective, we did a good job of that. But I read my employment contract and I was suddenly aware that there was a non-compete clause, which you start to realize that you're not allowed to do the things that you're good at for yourself. You're only allowed to do them for other people. And that started to ding, 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 have some alarm bells for me. It made it quite obvious and black and white on a piece of paper that my work that I was doing was definitely geared towards making somebody else a better business. And I thought that I might be able to do that for myself. And ultimately, that was one of the big things that gave me the impetus and the desire to take that next step. Lesson number 3 is the power of the right people. I had come from a freelance personal training background before that. I'd worked in a thing called Soho Gyms, which I'll talk about freely because it doesn't exist anymore. What a legendary place that was. I worked there for a long time, and whilst I had a really great time there working as a freelance personal trainer, there wasn't that team ethos that there was in this other endeavor that I started working for. And that made me realize just how important and impactful the power of having the right people around you is. The studio was geared towards around doing as many sessions as we could possibly do, and the commission was tiered in a way that propelled you in that direction. Pretty clever. But it really highlighted and showcased just how important it is to have people aligned and have a support network as well. So when you're a freelance trainer, you don't have that team, which is why the workout network is quite nice, because you get a little bit of both. You get the ability to run your own business, but you're also surrounded by other people who are doing the same thing as you are. Lesson number 4 is that everybody has the same problems. I spoke to someone who was telling me about being on holiday in the south of France with a very famous supermodel, and they were all sat around the pool and they were all getting really drunk. And actually, that sounded almost identical to my holidays at the caravan in Margate. And it kind of made me realise in that moment that everybody's struggling with the same things, and everybody wants to be able to do the same things. We want to go on holiday with our friends and family, we want to feel good, we've got the same pressures. Maybe some are highlighted more because this person was in the newspaper, and my family thankfully didn't have any paps at the beach in Margate. But understanding that was a real game changer, because I realised that it's just about helping people solve the problems that they have, and the way in which you do that is understand where they are, understand what route they need to take, and help them navigate that. Owning over earning. Being a self-employed personal trainer is unbelievable. It's a really rare position to be able to get. So there's no way that you can knock it. You get great experience. I got exposed to some really great trainers, some great managers, and I learned a heap of really great stuff. But it did make me think, what am I building for myself if I'm building this for somebody else? And at the time, I wasn't looking to do anything that drastic. I just wanted to do a couple of sessions a week for myself and start to increase maybe my social media output. And maybe that's where you are at right now. You want to coach one person a week. You want to do an online training session program. You want to start writing your blog more. You want to start increasing the amount of traffic to your website. Whatever it is, what's really important is just not to continually wait until you're ready, because you'll be waiting a long time. I know I would have been, if it wasn't for COVID, was a massive motivator for me to start my own thing. Building your own business is an unbelievably exciting and challenging thing to do, in conjunction often with something that you've already got going on. If you are looking for more advice on solo business running, then why not subscribe? Because I'm promised myself that I'm going to be a little bit more disciplined with making these than I have been in the past, where I've consistently said that I want to do something and then I end up just not doing it. And also, if you need some space to train your clients, why not check out the link in the description below and see if we might be the right fit for you. If you're having any aches, pains, stresses and strains with your business running, because I have found it quite isolating at times, then why not drop a comment below, and maybe I've had the similar issue and I've fixed it, and I can offer you something that I have solved, or maybe even I haven't fixed it and we can just bitch about how hard that bit of the business is. Sound like fun?